Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about placing your first order with Alibaba. So first, the minimum order quantity. So once you've got your samples, once you're happy with the product, once your ad results have come back well, you want to go ahead and place your first order for your product. So depending on the product, suppliers will want you to place a minimum order of X units. This number depends on how much you've customized the product, right? It could be 100 units, it could be 500 units, it could be 1,000 units, or even more. So it just depends on your product and how much you've customized it. Now, whenever possible, try negotiating them down. You want to order as few units as possible as you want to limit your risk, especially if this is your first order. I don't want you guys to place an order for 1,000 units, only be able to sell 50 of them, and then be left with all that inventory and all that money wasted. I want you to start with as few units as possible, 50 units, 100 units, because if you can't sell it, it isn't a big loss, right? If you have 100 units left over, it's a lot better than having 1,000 units left over. So you want to negotiate them down as much as possible and order as few units as possible. Now, for this to happen, they may usually give you a higher price for fewer units. And depending on the price, I recommend taking it, right? You can make up for it later once you have consistent orders. For example, they might charge you $10 per unit if you order 100. But if you order 1,000, they might charge you $5. Now do the math. Yes, you're paying double the price. If you can order fewer units, it's worth it. If you ordered 100 units at $10, it will cost you $1,000. But if you ordered 1,000 units at $5, it will cost you $5,000. Although you're paying a higher price, you're taking a lot less risk. Try to negotiate for fewer units. I don't want you guys to lose money with this business model. There are so many people that have started a private label brand, invested thousands of dollars into inventory and not been able to sell it. Now on Alibaba, make sure you pay with Alibaba trade insurance to prevent being scammed, right? You never want to be in a situation where you've placed an order for $5,000 and the supplier doesn't reply to you, or they've given you a shitty product or not shipped it on time, right? If you use Alibaba trade insurance, they will prevent you from being scammed, as they will refund you if there's any issues with your order. In addition, make sure you use the Alibaba inspection service to ensure your products get quality checked before shipping, right? There are many horror stories where suppliers have given good samples to a business, but when that business has paid for 1,000 units, the product quality was shit. So you need to make sure that you use the Alibaba inspection service. It does cost money. It might cost you a few $100s, but it's definitely worth it if the product quality is good. So before the product gets shipped to you, make sure you get the product inspected and quality checked to ensure the quality. So next, shipping. In this section, we're going to talk about shipping the products from China or your supplier's location to you directly. I'm not talking about shipping the products from your house to your customer. That's a different discussion. So there are two main shipping options when it comes to shipping products directly from your supplier. There's air freight and there's sea freight. So the obvious difference is with air freight, your products get shipped via plane and they arrive within 1 to 2 weeks. With sea freight, the products get shipped via sea and it can take anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks to arrive. Now, air freight is a lot more expensive, right? It's a lot faster. As a result, air freight might cost you 5 to 8 times more than sea freight. This is why I recommend making sure your products are lightweight and easy to ship. If you're selling large, expensive products, air freight may not even be an option. In addition, if it's your first ever time shipping, make sure you use DDP shipping. This stands for Delivery Duties Paid. So with this, you won't have to handle import taxes and it makes all the paperwork a lot easier. With DDP shipping, the supplier is responsible for getting the products to your door. Now, generally, for your first order, it's best to start with air freight if possible so you can get started with your business. Shipping via sea could take you 2-3 months and the market may change in that time. So I highly recommend getting started faster with air freight. Now, obviously, if you're selling a very large product, it may not be possible to do air freight. And in that situation, you'd have to wait 2-3 months to get your products in stock. Now, once you have more consistent orders, once you're scaling, or, once your brand is working, then you can plan inventory in advance and use sea freight. So if you have 3 months of sales, you can use that data to estimate how much inventory you need, and then you can place a bulk order and ship it via sea so you can get much cheaper prices. That's when your brand is already doing well and you're a lot more advanced. But when you're just starting out, the best option would be to ship your products via air so you can start selling them as soon as possible.